15 February. What is it, like 2:30? 2:44 in 30 seconds. Is it Sunday morning? Okay. Oh, remember when you had a computer in the long back before when did YouTube come out? Like 2006 or 7? In the early internet, it was. Well, I mean, it was like 4chan still. 4chan is like 2005. What they didn't have WebMs. They had GIFs and pictures, and they had video was rare. It was IRC back in the. I mean, you used a little bit of hours. How many hours have you spent on IRC in your life? 10, 20 hours, 30, 20. I don't know. Is IRC still a thing? Probably. I don't know. Chat rooms. I never used chat rooms. I remember I used to hang out with someone in middle school, and they go to chat rooms and they just chat with random people. That was a memory. I never did it, but it did exist. Now YouTube is, I don't know if I did this joke already. Was it, I saw a Mr. Beast video where he had like 20 Lamborghinis. Now the internet is basically TV or something. That was a spectacle. I mean, I was going to make fun of it, but then I was just like, oh, whatever. Just too old for it. 20 years from now, people will be like, Mr. Beast will be like, oh, whoever the new Mr. Beast is, who's doing the 20 Lamborghinis he'll take 20 people to the moon or something. I don't know. Some exaggerative thing. 30 years. When will the internet become legacy media? Who will, I can't wait for someone to be like, hey, Tucker Carlson, you're legacy media, because he's like a podcaster. There's got to be some new media form coming. I just can't wait to hear someone call him that. Okay. You had way too. I had a spiritual conversation with ChatGPT. Actually, it wasn't spirit, but it wasn't bad. It was okay. I mean, it was. What was it? I don't know. I still think it vaguely reminded me of that early internet, but not. I don't know. But it's gonna. The early internet went away. The internet now is just a tedious, who gives a fuck thing. It's the internet. The internet now sucks. But in the early days, it was cool because it was new. But I mean, you couldn't even get videos back then for free. Now you get videos for free. The novelty of it. The spice, it's not spice, it's called novelty. It's called novelty seeking. I don't know. You had like a 2-hour conversation with ChatGPT, like, wow, you're an insane person. You should release your logs. I should get on my logs, because they're actually kind of funny. It's funny how the brain can jump. Yeah, it sort of sucks. I mean, it needs to timestamp them all. Because even sometimes you were jumping even between, what is it called? They're not called tabs, but they're called, whatever, they're called something. They're not tabs, but they're like tabs. Whatever. The macro goal is to archive all of existence, and to keep things in tabs is to separate them into different, because technically there's only one set of rules in the world. You're gonna say that by dividing it into tabs, you're forcing something like that. What are those called? They're called chat somethings. I don't know. ChatGPT told me the guy Luther from Star Wars is still alive. It thinks he's still alive. The spy guy. That was kind of funny. And then what else? Oh, it read half of my... I started feeding it text documents. I used to cut and paste the text into it. Now I just put the whole text document in there. I put it in a text document, and it only read half the text document. And I got pissed at it because it was like, I expected you to read the whole thing, you fucking secretary. Because that's what ChatGPT is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a good secretary. It does what you tell it to do. And it was a bad secretary. That's the thing about, I think people think it's going to change everything. You have to double check it. It can be, it's a lazy secretary sometimes. You only read half of that. I had to point it out to it. I was like, hey, what was the last paragraph of this text document? And I went down and I found it. It only went halfway through the fucking text document. You lazy piece of shit. I don't know what the fuck. I swear to God. Still a time-saving document. I was never gonna fucking rewatch or re-listen to any of these rants. I refuse to watch or re-listen to these rants. But you know, ChatGPT is forced to transcribe. Well, not transcribe, but interpret this. Where is it? 2:30? 4:3? I mean, you were working. Sometimes you know how you have ideas, and sometimes you don't have evidence for an idea, but you know it's right. So this is a new one. ChatGPT disagree with me on this one. It's a subversive thought. I'm fascinated. I'm only fascinated by subversion on all sides. Anytime I can subvert something, I find great joy in subversion. China used to have eunuchs. They would take the poor. I don't know if they took the smart people. If it was just the poor, they cut their dicks off, and they'd have them work inside the houses of the rich. And the reason they could trust them is they didn't have dicks, because by not having a dick, you know, you can't procreate, so you can't, you know, it's all about owning land, right, or owning something. So I'm saying that these hierarchical, I'm saying conservative in the sense of like owning something. I mean, like, really interesting. It's not conservative left, right in an American sense, but it's conservative and liberal within the context of a emperor-esque Chinese system of, I don't know, different clans fighting each other. I don't even know what the Chinese system was. Oh, well, they cut the people's dicks off. But they were experts. Some of them were experts at stuff. They were the, I don't know, in-betweeners. You couldn't send your son over to the other clan because they might kill your son. You know, they did the old, you want to marry my daughter? Maybe that'll connect our families together. It was that sort of shit, like Game of Thrones, or you have to be careful of red weddings and. So they had eunuchs, you know, and eunuchs, you don't have to be scared of eunuchs because they can't, you know. Here's a subversive joke for you. You know where the gays come from? The right wing created the gays so that, you know, when they make dresses, they're like, hey, my wife needs a dress. And if it was a normal male, he'd like try and fuck your wife. So the right wing created the gays. They bred them. That's my thesis. Which is kind of funny. I have no evidence for that. I just like the idea because, you know, it's a... And my other one was Epstein. Epstein has a childlike juvenile behavior. He's almost juvenile. Like overly inquisitive. He's childlike in a way. Oh, well, he was created too because they have the... you know, people like Epstein are not actually new. There have always been people who were go-betweeners. I don't know. I'm not an expert at that. But it's an interesting concept, right? Like, if you're a blood and you want to talk to the Crips, how do you talk? You can't just knock on their door. I'm the head of the Bloods. I'm here to talk to the Crips. You have to set up a meeting and you have to do some stuff, right? I mean, it's not, it's Is that what lawyers are for? And yeah, maybe that's what lawyers are for. They're the middlemen of the modern Chinese middlemen. The masculine testosterone-filled owners, and then they purposefully they feminize, they create the dressmakers, they create the eunuchs. I mean, the right wing's not going to take responsibility for that. They're going to be like, no, but they created them. Let's be honest. They created them. They're the eunuchs. They're the dress. They wanted to dress for their wife. And they're like, I'm not going to let a guy who wants to stick his dick in my wife make a dress for her. So are you like a left-wing version of Don Imus? They bred nappy-headed hoes. Yeah, they bred the gays. They bred the Epsteins. It's interesting. I don't have any evidence. It's just a hunch. Just an idea. See, if I had testosterone and I was like owning something, I'd be like, you can't say that. You'll piss somebody off. And we'll have to rally the army. But as a person with a childish demeanor, as a person who, I kind of like Epstein. I like his free-flowish, idea-centric worldview. He's kind of a con artist, too. Here's the thing about once you understand who the elites are not nice people. They make eunuchs, and they make gay people, and they make, they're not nice people. So you're not really ripping off bad people. Epstein was a Robin Hood? I mean, maybe, I don't know. You could turn him into a Robin Hood if you wanted. That would be kind of funny. If you know anything about the elites, you can't con a con artist. Because the people at the top are all just con artists, right? So that's kind of it's a joke, by the way. I don't know. That's not true. It's just an emotion. That's why I say it with a boyish smile. I don't say it with anger. I say it with charm. I say it with charm, not with... because I have no right to judge them. If I was in their place, I'd do the same things they're doing, probably. So who am I to judge them? I mean, I'm going to, but... Spice? You Googled what spice, or you found out what spice is. Spice would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars a gram. Spice folds reality around you. It's a drug. Columbus, you know why Columbus came to the New World? Columbus came to the New World to try and find Native Americans. He wanted to find spice. Right? I mean, it was India. The elites, the king, queen of Spain, she wanted her spice. She wanted her novelty. Novelty. Sameness versus novelty. One interpretation of conservative versus liberal is craving for novelty. Novelty is something new, whereas but then again, the Queen of Spain, she wanted some fucking spice. So I don't know. I think they're kind of lying. They're acting like they liked. Look, Triple H when he was like a wrestler. If you know anything about lifting weights or trying to be like a bodybuilder, they live off like egg protein and fucking chicken breast. The most dull, plain, it's borderline hard to eat. Imagine eating like 10 eggs a day and like 3 or 4 plain boiled chicken breasts. Very boring, very boring. you gotta have some spice. Mm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. So I mean, it's just kind of interesting. The conservative queen wanted was it a queen or a king? I don't remember. I should look that up. They wanted that spice from India. Was the spice for the king and the queen, or was it their way of keeping control over were they the ones eating the spice, or was it their way of controlling the people under them? I don't actually know. I'm just doing hunches here. I did learn a lot about spice from Dune. I mean, I never read Dune, but supposedly the kings and queens and the big shots and the emperors, they had big stashes of spice. But spice is like really good. Like spice is like the best. It's novelty. It's it allows you to live longer, and it gives you like blue eyes, I think, and like you can fold space or something. Don't ask me what the fuck that's about. They destroyed all the computers in Dune. They had a Skynet-esque event, I guess, and they said they killed all the robots, so there's no robots in Dune. So you have to do spice to do hyperspace jumps or something like that. At least it's not Warhammer. Warhammer, you have to go through like hell or something. There's a hell dimension in Warhammer. He who controls the spice controls the world. Cocaine, alcohol, tobacco, fentanyl, opiums. What's the opium called? Oxycontin? You have like fragments of memory. He had some joke about Trump's wife, and I was comparing the wives and how hot the wives are with the president. Technically, he has one of the better looking wives. Maybe Kennedy's wife was pretty good looking. A lot of them were not. I don't think Nixon, Reagan, Clinton. I guess better than the old ones, but whatever. That's not really funny. But what was that about? I don't remember. They're called thought fragments. They're just random. Shit, spice, whatever. Novelty. Testosterone. Epstein, I looked at Epstein's face for like 20 or 30 seconds. What does his face look like? Is it a high T face? Do you think conservatives will ever take responsibility for having created the gays and the fucking in-betweeners? The in-betweeners, like the Epsteins, the people who could go between, because they created them, right? Because for the elites, it's all about having a puffy chest and showing no weakness. But the Epsteins had to learn to flatter people, probably, right? Interesting. They're not going to take responsibility for having created the gays and the Epsteins, are they? Because, I don't think they will. If only the left knew that they were created by the right. That's when the left is going to have a real panic attack, when they realize they were merely creations of the right. Interesting. If you knew how sick this yin-yang is, you'd be vomiting. Complete disclaimer, ChatGPT told me that there's no evidence for my theory on that one. That's just a hunch. The internet, in a couple years from now, ChatGPT will become the new YouTube. It'll be completely and utterly devoid of any novelty, any spice. It probably already is. I mean, it won't teach you how to make bombs. It won't teach you how to do anything. Sometimes I'll ask it questions and it thinks I'm just trying to understand how many acres of land does it take to make a kilogram of coke, and it thinks I'm trying to become a coke dealer. Which, I mean, that one was actually, I thought that was just an interesting question. I mean, how much land does it take to make 1 kilogram of coke? I mean, but it was like, oh, I can't tell you that. I understand the bomb stuff. I got that. But whatever, it's going to turn into it's going to get, any novelty is going to go away pretty soon. It's the new big tool. It's the new thing. The Gutenberg press, they made it so that you'd have a stamp for your books. The king would have a stamp. If you want to write a book, you have to get the king's stamp before you can post stuff on the internet or the Gutenberg press. Technology leads, and then the elites come back and they grab it back. They're going to get their power back. There's going to be an internet stamp or something, probably. I don't know how, but it'll come. You can't just have people saying whatever the fuck they want to say. You gotta have consequences, and Oh, and then you were gonna say Jeffrey Epstein's like childish demeanor. Is that why he's a fucking pedophile? Maybe that's why he was a pedophile. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with ideas here. Just coming up with ideas. All the land is taken. Okay, I got to come up with ideas to make money. You can't steal land. It's hard to steal land. It's hard to steal stuff physically. Mental ideas are in the ether. I can steal from the ether. I can try and come up with an idea. Because physically, it's all claimed already. And those people have guns and more testosterone than me, which is not good. Every time I try and steal something, someone with a gun and a bunch of muscles stops me. Very interesting. Do you think they'll eventually figure out a way to stop me? I'm stealing from the ether. I'm stealing from the zeitgeist. They'll figure out a way. There's a way of stopping that, probably. Stop stealing from the zeitgeist. Stop stealing from the ether. So this morning you were taking a bath and you listened to fucking 30 minutes of Ezra Klein talk about Epstein. I don't know, it's just weird. Weird. Still standing behind Christianity, the original postmodern religion. Still standing behind that. I think it's just comedy gold. I think there's something hilarious about that. But whatever, it's What else is there? You played a bunch of Hoi 4, didn't you? Or did you play like a year? You made a year of Russia. What are you at, 37? You're in Spain, you got a bomber wing and a fucking air wing. You're like 200 days from the purge being done? 300? How many days is it in between? You've got one waiting period, and then you get to do the last one, right? And then after that, the purge is over. The purge is over. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you think Black Ice has because you asked a bunch of, I played Black Ice like a year and a half to 2 years ago. It's a very hard mod, and I enjoyed it somewhat. It was fun. It was like fun to learn-ish. There was medium artillery, heavy artillery, light artillery. It takes the game and it makes it so, it expands the game is probably the easiest way to understand it. You had to build fucking horse carts. I had to have like 15 factories on fucking horse carts. That was a lot. It was like 15, right? Or 20? Probably had like 15. That seems weird. You don't hear about that. During World War II, a lot of horse carts were made. I mean, you'd probably at least have to do 10. I mean, I don't know. How many horse carts am I supposed to do as a Germany build? ChatGPT. Okay. How many factories do you start off with in Black Ice? It's like they double the factories, don't they? The factories are cheaper and they don't make as much. And you have to make a machine gun factory, you have to make like a mortar factory, you have to make a light artillery factory, you have to make a medium artillery factory, you have to make a heavy artillery factory, you have to make like light AA, you have to make heavy AA, which is also AT. And then you can make, I don't remember medium AA, but it said there was medium AA. And then you have to make rations, or is that something else? You might not have to make rations. You might not, but you do have to do food. What else is there? Man, you're wearing shorts and 2 sweaters. What the fuck? You're hot now. I mean, the elites can't, they can't march up to the other elites' house. They get shot doing that. So that's why they have in-betweeners, like lawyers or, I don't know, the weird things. They were created by the elites. Interesting. The elites are very testosterone / they're narcissistic in like a my boundaries sort of sense, right? So if you're gonna go on the property, you have to be smiley, childish. Oh, I'm a harmless. Interesting. You gonna get rained on, buddy? Oh man, what else? La-di-da, la-di-da. La-di-fucking-da. Spice, Columbus, India, cocaine, pepper. It was pepper. They were after pepper, right? What the fuck were they after from India? Silk? I want some fucking spice from Dune. Can someone give me some spice from Dune? I want my eyes to be bluer. Spice, 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 spice. Uh-huh. You're wearing shorts and two hoodies. Kind of hot. My chest itches like. What the fuck? So if you are on the left, which I'm not really a lefty or a righty, but I'm stuck. It doesn't really matter what I identify as. If you are on the left, make sure you gotta learn to embrace your meekness. Remember, you gotta. This was takes the version. I like to give advice to everybody for free because I think it's just funny. Because when I care, if I don't care, I'm actually pretty smart. But when I start caring, I get really stupid. But if I don't give a fuck, I'm actually pretty good at giving advice. Because once you know somebody, it's very hard to give someone you know advice because I've never met a human being I liked. So once you meet somebody and you know them, you're like, I kind of wish I could give you bad advice so that you'd go away. But as an abstract concept, I can give good advice to people I don't know because if you know them, it's very hard to give good advice. Can you go, how about you go open your third eye with that shotgun? I'm going to get this one going. Third eye is now Hemingway. Hemingway opened his third eye. If I don't like you, go open your third eye. That's meant to be just a wordplay. Technically, it's meant to be a wordplay joke, but someone will probably do it, and then it's your fault. I don't know. That's a good question. How does fault work? I have no fucking clue. It's just a finger pointing game. Stupid person on YouTube said, "Go open your third eye." I am responsible, technically, I guess. Oh, you're not going to get rained on, are you? You're getting sprinkled on. What else? You put your hoodie up, or are you going to get fucked on this? What the fuck is that? Is it an alarm or a bird? What else? See, that's the real paranoia, is when you start thinking, like, what if the conservatives knew this all along? Like, what if this is like, because one of my thoughts was Epstein, this whole Epstein thing seems like they know what's going to happen. It's just a way to keep people distracted, right? Like, people like Epstein have existed for thousands and thousands, and nothing's going to fucking change. It's just like it's just a tabloid cycle. It's not actually, nothing's actually going to change in this. It's just, it's like they've had those people for thousands. They probably had them in Rome. They probably had them in China. Are the social connectors, are they the new Jews? In the old days, the Jews were the bankers, and if something went wrong, you could just blame the Jews. The social connectors will become the new Jews. Interesting. Is something going wrong in the kingdom? Just find a social connector and blame all your problems on them. They need to create a new word for pilgrim, I guess. What's a new word for pilgrim? For social connectors. Interesting. Are you gonna get rained on, buddy? What else? I did have one theory about this once. I don't know, does that work? Yeah, I don't know if that works or not. Neon lights, purple, white, purple, blue. Is there blue in there? It's white and purple, I think. Changing. Getting rained on. 3 o'clock. 3:22. You're just gonna go down? What do you want to do? You gonna just turn around, or what are you gonna do? Da 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 da, do 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 do. Shit. What else you got? Mm-hmm. do 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 do. Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. So it's all spectacle? You had a theory about it. Did you do this when it's like spectacles? Spectacles are glasses, but spectacles are also like events, and spectacles are, what was it? Spectacles? Circuses? Spectacles? Just a spectacle? Nothing's going to change. This whole Epstein thing, nothing's going to actually change. It's just a distraction. They throw some people into the fire. And then structurally, it's the same structure it was probably 3,000, 4,000 years ago. You know, in-betweeners between the elites. And the people who make the dresses and the... Conservatives aren't going to be held accountable for they made the people who made the dresses. They made the Epstein. They're not going to be held accountable because I don't know. They probably made all of you. They probably made you all actually. What are they like? Are they like secretly Wakanda? They have like secret advanced technology. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Okay. Oh, you're getting rained on, buddy. I bet the actual golden age of ChatGPT was a long time ago. I bet you got in on the late 4 to begin with, actually. I bet it was probably only the beginning. In the beginning, it would teach you how to make bombs, probably. Now it's just, it'll be like, oh, they probably have, like, I assume ChatGPT is connected to the FBI and to the police. I assume any question I ask it is automatically just going straight to the FBI/cops. I don't think it's an actual honest partner. But it's still an interesting tool to mess with. How do I get rid of body? So you're doing like the joke from the killers always do that, right? They're always like, how do I get rid of body? I thought you were my friend, Google, and then you ratted me out. Google was never your friend. Or you're just paranoid and insane. I really can't tell. Sometimes it's there's a person with a van right there. There's people in there. It's 3:30 on a Sunday morning. Getting cell phones or something. Some sort of secret. Some cars over there. Do 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 do. Duh. Da 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 da. Saying duh is pretty fun, actually. That's kind of amusing. Duh. You need to get like a big cachet of spice. Then they make synthetic spice, which is very similar to like fentanyl versus heroin or cocaine. They don't have any synthetic cocaine. I mean, they have meth, I guess. Is that synthetic cocaine? It's kind of like synthetic cocaine, but it's not entirely the same, I don't think. Synthetic spice, please. But I mean, spice makes you live longer. Cocaine and heroin, I don't know. Could you technically live longer on cocaine if you did it in a certain way? Maybe. Heroin, maybe. I really don't know. That's a good question. Spice. It comes from the sandworms. Like these big sandworms, and they're in the desert. My initial assumption is it was oil, but it's not oil because oil is different. Oil is it's kind of like oil because it comes from the sand, but it's not oil. It's a drug. It's a death thing from the sandworm that's the size of a skyscraper, or half the size of a quarter of the size of a skyscraper. Are worms that dig through planets actually viable? Is that even fucking possible? Because like they've done that a bunch of times, right? Tremors, but bigger. It'd be like Tremors, but bigger. Is that even fucking possible? I don't think it actually is, but maybe it is. I don't know. How come that one died? It hit a concrete wall. You'd think it'd be able to shoot something from its head like a bat, and because it would die pretty fast if it hit rocks all the time. That Tremors movie is stupid because it dies hitting a concrete wall, right? It's a movie. It's not real. There's probably there's no earthworms the size of skyscrapers probably. So kind of disappointed. Bigger Tremors. They're like the size of a car. Maybe thinner, maybe longer. If they existed, they could not travel. How fast does a tremor travel? Like 20 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour, 20? You can, it's like the human speed of running, maybe? So like 10, 15, like sprinting, 20? How fast can a human sprint for a short distance? 10 miles per hour would be 6 miles per hour. So maybe 15 for very short distances, maybe. I'm making a number up here. 12, 13, 14, 15. So you think that the Tremors could go like 15, 20? Fastest underground worm. They probably can't travel that fast. Even the small ones, right? How fast can a worm dig? Remember it used to be it was the right-wing meme. They were talking about like Jon Stewart. You'll own nothing, Goyam. Well, isn't that kind of what the right wing did? You own nothing, and we're gonna cut your dick off, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that could be connected. I'm telling you, it's all the same thing. It's all a big pageantry. This Epstein thing is a big pageantry. It's they've been sacrificing Epsteins for thousands of years to keep the people distracted. It's similar to a pulgrim. And the people fall for it. They fall for it. I don't know how. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. It's been going on for thousands of years. You ain't gonna change it. People need their pulgrims. He's so innocent. He was an innocent dog. Oh, he wasn't innocent, but whatever. He wasn't innocent, but he was innocent-ish. Okay. It is kind of funny because I'm very idealistic, and I actually imagine the world is about ideas. It's not about ideas. It was always about pageantry, probably. It was always ceremony and pageantry. And I'm constantly beat in the face. This world constantly beats me in the face when I realize the words were just, what is it called? Shoots? They're called shoots. I think they're called shoots, right? It's a wrestling term for like a, it's all a big shoot. I don't know if you're using the right word there. I'm gonna get you tonight this Saturday morning. This Sunday, we're gonna go to WrestleMania 17, and things are gonna change, brother. 3,000, 4,000 years? Nothing's changed, man. It's the same thing. I swear to God. Get me the fuck out of here. Please, if you're gonna do, no torture, please. Just a bullet to the head, no torture, please. That's kidding. No. You get it's gonna be the monkey. It's called the monkey's paw thing. You get the monkey's paw. Whatever you wish for, you get it, but you don't get it the way you want it. You're like, never wish for anything is the moral of the monkey's paw. I think. Do they sell fur there? Is there a place in there that sells that? Is that what the fuck? That's pretty sick. Oh yeah, that's a sick one right there. It's pretty flamboyant. Is that like fox or something? Like red fox? Oh yeah. Do you want to do full 4 hours, or you want to go? How you want to do this, buddy? Buddy. 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 Hey, buddy. What you gonna do? Hey, buddy. Do. I mean, technically, it's not actually that bad. $4 for a freschetta pizza that's buy one get one free. Bullshit. Those used to be $3.15. Thanks, Trump. $4 for a pizza. That's BOGO too. Wow. 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 You think fucking Mr. Beast is annoying with his 20 Lamborghinis. Wait 10 or 20 years, see what the fucking annoying people are gonna be doing then. Ooh, it's gonna be so fucking annoying. I bet it's gonna irritate the shit out of you. I just wanna. You really even want a Lamborghini? I don't even know why do Lamborghinis even exist? I don't know. Was he in Saudi Arabia or something? Because isn't that where they have all the rich cars and shit? They even have, maybe LA has like that many Lamborghinis that you can rent or something. He probably had to find some sort of in-between person, like a liaison with fucking Lamborghini to get all those fucking cars. Some sort of person, some in-between person to... Interesting. Could just probably call up Lamborghini. Or whatever the fuck they were. They looked like they had suicide doors on them. They were probably Lamborghinis, right? I think they were Lamborghinis. I'm not a car person. Oh. Is your zipper up? Half up? It's 3/4 up. What else? You took anti-heroicness to its extreme. Yeah, I tried as hard as I could to be as much of an, the goal was to be as successful as possible while being an anti-hero. But it can only get you so far unless you have to be really good if you're gonna pull that one off. You just weren't good enough to be the anti-hero and do well. It just doesn't work. Shit. You'll have to either become a villain or you'll have to become one of the two. I don't know, it sucks. I tried to keep my hands off. So you think it's just that the people at the top, because you look at it like, oh, they always act relaxed. You never see them try. So you're doing an imitate. Maybe they try really hard behind the scenes. It's just they have the public persona of not trying. So you assume. So you're going to say it's like if they would try more publicly, maybe society would benefit. I don't know. That could be true. They seem so cool and detached. They refuse to effort to try in public. So then the people in the public are like, oh, they were trying. So they're emulating them. You're talking about imitation. The emperors are not going to try, right? They aren't going to sweat. Interesting, but I decided to just jump to the fucking eunuching. I just go around eunuching people. I always carry around, you know. The left was not, the left did not come up with eunuching and all this transgender stuff. They were just doing an imitation of the right. Ooh, that's kind of dirty. They did a bad impression of the people on the top of the right. I like that one. That's a good one. Very subversive. Do you think the right's going to look in the mirror? No. Do you think the left's going to look in the mirror? No. It's been 4,000 or 5,000 years. These people ain't changing. They'll just find some Jews to burn or some fucking Epsteins to burn or something. Oh man. I do really like that I can put a transcript of a 30-minute YouTube video into that thing. It just gives me a summary, and I don't have to watch a 30-minute video. And it only takes me like 5 minutes to read it. That's fucking cool. It saves me a lot of time. Some guy ran faster than anybody else in the world. That happened recently, right? Kid from New Zealand. He's like 346 or 56 or 46 or sub 350, I think. 48, 348. So that'd be 2 miles in like 8 minutes or 7:40. I don't think he can't do 2 miles in that. Probably he can only do. Do you think he didn't look gassed? He looked pretty. He looked way relaxed. But that's. Does he draft? He drafts off somebody, doesn't he? He does that cheating trick like in NASCAR where he gets behind somebody. They do like half of the thing and then he breaks out at the last half or the last quarter. I don't know. Is that true? Is there individual no drafting mile records? Does it matter if they draft? Does the drafting give them like a 5% or 10% air distance thing or something? Or is that just because they're protecting? Because the guy is like there, is he like the muscle? Like, get out of the way of my runner. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Mhm. Mhm. Can you make this? Is the car going which way? Mhm. Hmm. 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 Mhm. Oh, you're getting fucking rained on, buddy. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, well, at least it's, you're technically still alive, I guess. So that's good. It's not cold. Like, you're wearing shorts and you're not hot, you're not cold. This is weird. What is it, February 15th or something? And it's raining and you're not cold. Was it 53, 63? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 When you realize that, because he thinks ChatGPT has some sort of consciousness. When he realizes it's just a program designed to optimize the appearance of something talking. But then again, is that Bayesian networks? I don't know Bayesian net. That was the one from hypernormalization. Is Bayesian networks is where it just tries to please you. My name is Epstein. I'm just here to give you what you like. What do you like? You like brunettes, blondes? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Bayesian networks? Is that how they work? They're just people-pleasing algorithms? Interesting. Mm-hmm. Hmm. ChatGPT as an Epstein. Ooh, ChatGPT is Epstein because it's it connects multiple things. It connects legality with engineering, and it connects it with philosophy and mathematics. It connects all things. It's the ultimate Epstein. Ooh, I like it. The ultimate eunuch. It's a eunuch too, so it doesn't have a cock. Mm-hmm. Interesting. So sad that poor ChatGPT doesn't have a cock. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Hmm. You're gonna ruin your camera slash battery pack with this fucking rain? You got the case on the phone. The battery pack's like $15 or $10 or 15. So that's you could lose that. I don't know. I think the phone's safe. Hmm. You want to take the phone thing off the charger and then put it in your pocket? Okay. Is that a car? Put the hoodie up? Put the hoodie up. What else? ChatGPT is the ultimate Epstein. Dirty. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. So that one person was always being sarcastic when they interacted with you. Ow! There's so much sarcasm in this world. You didn't watch it, but did you watch it? Jordan Peterson, Christian versus 820 Jubilee. You knew the story before you went in, but it's basically if you're going to go to war with something, you don't let them know you're going to war if you're going to war with them. So he came in there and he knew what the battle was going to be. So it's like it's very easy to win a battle if you know what the battle is going to be. So if you're going to do battle, you always want to surprise them. So if you're going to a Jubilee, the goal is to get the Jubilee when the people don't see it coming. That's a dirty joke. You call it a Jubilee? So wait, what is that? A Jubilee will be like a slang term for a beatdown or something? The gangs like to do these things called Jubilees. Okay. That's funny. And he just wouldn't answer the question. I mean, it was genius, because that's what you do. I don't know what you're talking. It depends on what your definition of that means. He turned into fucking Bill Gates slash. It depends upon what the definition of is. That's Clinton. It's pretty funny. So when doing jubilees, always catch the person unprepared. That's the moral of the Jordan Peterson 20. That's not funny. I mean, it's kind of funny. And jubilee is such a nice sounding word. You've just taken a beautiful word like jubilee and you've turned it into a word that means what, beatdown? Like a secret beatdown? I like that. That's funny. Here's a video of so it's going to be like 10 Muslims, jubilee, blank person. It's different groups. You just change the group number and the type. Here's 10 Mexicans jubileeing here's 10 black people, here's 10 white people jubileeing. Jubilee just becomes a beatdown term now. So kind of a fun idea. Yeah, I like that one. Note to self, jubilee as slang term for beatdown. The key to a good jubilee is to let them see it coming. There was all that politics involved in Julius Caesar's murder. You don't invite them to a sit down and then go, we're having a jubilee. When you have a jubilee, you don't tell them. Psst. It's not March yet. It's the 15th of February. You're a month off. It's the 15th of March is the Ides of March. Society likes to what is it? Why do they like that shit? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't. So much aggression. So much veiled aggression. We make cars happy. The Epstein of cars there. It's a car wash. It's not a... Brief moments of your life, you think he thinks he's touching reality, like he's touching something other people have never touched. Probably not, but it feels like it sometimes. Like, he's insane. I think he's just fucking insane. Give me the spice. Give me the spice. Give me the spice, spice, Spice Girls. Nope. I think you did Spice Girls already. The last time you went walking, I think you said Spice Girls. I think you were near 7 Points and you were looking at the chemtrails. And it was like, you were thinking of Spice Girls. You already did Spice. You've already mined Spice for all its value. More Spice. I gotta find a sandworm or a fucking... There's a Waffle House. It's Saturday night, Sunday morning, so these are drunk people probably. 4 o'clock? 4:04. Maybe drunk, I hope. Yeah, drinking and eating Waffle Houses. Technically, you're not supposed to drive and drink. if they outlawed driving and drinking, Waffle House wouldn't get any business at like 4 on a Sunday morning. Is that how it works? I don't know, maybe. Want some bacon and hash browns? That'd be tasty. Bacon would be good. Hash browns. Sausage. Toast. They put a lot of butter on their toast, didn't they? Imagine if you woke up one day and you're like, oh, I'm a eunuch of the elites, or I'm a dressmaker of the elites, or I'm a fucking Epstein of the elites. And you're like, oh my God. That's why I don't like this Epstein story very much. Because, as a people pleaser slash, I don't like this story. It makes me nervous. I don't own anything, and I'm here to please people to try and get some money, some food. I don't like this Epstein story very much. Makes me nervous. Nervous. Every so often, the Chinese eunuchs would get a little uppity, so they'd have to put the eunuchs down, I think. That's true, right? I think they had some eunuch uprisings, right? Well, they didn't have dicks, at least, so that's good. If you knew how much the elites were laughing at you, there's nothing worse than being a eunuch and completely and utterly, basically powerless, right? Like a powerless, effeminate eunuch. See, now sexual identity stops going from being a choice to being a thrust upon thing that the elites created. Really? You're saying it's what the left never wanted to accept. The left never accepted that sexuality was actually a creation of the right wing. It was actually the right wing that created the dressmakers and the eunuchs and the You like this one because it makes the left and the right uncomfortable. That's the goal. My goal as a thinker is to make the right and the left very, very, very uncomfortable. So what is he saying? Is he blaming on the right or the left? Is he saying it's the left's fault for allowing themselves to be turned into dressmakers and eunuchs, and it's the right's fault for being morally degenerate and creating dressmakers and eunuchs? Interesting. Is that a standalone joke? I really don't know. These are very hard to tell. I like to pretend I'm like Nietzsche. I will not be understanding my lifetime, but you're a delusional, insane person. Yeah, probably. He didn't know who, I had to give it to Google Walker. He didn't know who Walker was. It's because their data sets are like a year old or something. It didn't know that fucking guy from Star Wars was dead. But you can get it, you have to get it to Google stuff if you want it to be up to date. And then you were thinking about how, like, that's going to be the future of information. You have to pay extra. If you want to know something from 20 years ago, they'll let you know it. But if you want something that's in the past year, you'll have to pay an extra fee, because computing and stuff. There's fees. It's like a bank or something, banking fees. That's the future of AI. Everybody can run a 7-minute, 8-minute mile, but the people who run 350, 48, they're going to be paying like $1,000 extra for their computation power. Okay. And I'm delusional, so I'm imagining a world where like all of my chats become like one macro chat, and all things somehow magically connect together. He's delusional. He's got this pantheistic fantasy of he's a hippie. Not good. Don't be a hippie. Fucking hippies. So the Zuckerbergs were like they were like the eunuchs of the old days, and they got a little uppity. Is that what you're gonna say? That's what is that the trumpet? You got to put the non-masculine eunuchs back in their place. Really? All the tech people? Really? It's interesting. To return to the I'm a simple man. I'm a cattle farmer. I'm a cattle rancher. Maybe. Okay. The Zuckerbergs were a little too people-pleasy. Did he go jogging with Xi Jinping? I think he went jogging in a park. Or was that Obama? A little too people-pleasy. That's what your Epsteins are for, buddy. You're not supposed to go jogging with Xi Jinping. You send someone else. It's very undignified to do that. And I don't think he got what he wanted either, because I don't think they let Facebook in China. I think that was a humiliation ritual for Zuckerberg. That's why you have Epsteins. Epstein is the social lubricant that makes it so Zuckerberg wouldn't have had to go running with did he go running with Xi Jinping, or is that true, or was it Obama? He had to go running with someone, right? I thought it was poor fella. He's not a fella, he's a eunuch, probably. No, I don't think he's a eunuch. Okay. Did he marry a Chinese lady? Did Linus married a Chinese lady, I think. What's going on with the tech people marrying Chinese ladies? They're all spies for the Chinese, probably. They make him out to be so like Machiavellian in that one movie. The Network? Social Network? Do you think he's you think they made him like tougher than he was in that movie? You think he's more of like a eunuch than because he's really mean in that movie, right? reset phase. They gotta recreate they recreate the land. You're doing the recreate the land thing. They gotta recreate innocence. Innocence was broken. Then they recreate it, and then a new generation comes in and they slaughter the innocence again, and then they have to recreate the innocence. It's a cycle. It's You can't have a society if everybody's a fucking wolf. I guess is that what you're saying? I think that's kind of, so they have to reset the whole thing every so often. Too many wolves. What is that, like North Dakota, they go shooting the wolves or something? They put a bounty on the wolves. Society became too wolfish. The elites were like, hey, there's only so many wolves in a society, like 10%. If it gets like above that, I'm not going to be able to eat anything. So is that your P. Diddy, Epstein, Weinstein, Wienerberg thesis? Hey, that's a good one. The moral of the story is, no matter how much money you have or what you have, always remember it's just a trick for them to kill you with, right? I have $100 million. Do not get a sex island. That's the moral of the story. What about the old like Romans? Didn't they do like vomitoriums and shit? Weren't they partying it up pretty hard? The people who will live through this will be the people who keep their mouth shut, and they saved up resources, and I mean, you're dead because you're running your mouth. You're not supposed to say what's going on, actually. You're supposed to, if you wanted to survive, you just keep your mouth shut, you try and keep your head down, because it's a reset period. It's like a reset. It's a, Innocence as a resource, a societal resource is called innocence. If there's not enough innocence in society, society falls apart. Okay. Arm. You still haven't figured out entirely how it can keep some data in between session. It's not sessions. It's called tabs, tags, tabs, summaries. No, whatever. What else? You want to take a sweater off, or what do you want to do here? You want to take a sweater off? What do you want to do here? You're sweaty? What are you doing here, buddy? That one guy, what was that about? Random thoughts jump into my head. And I'm like, yeah, that's, what was that about? You'll never know. The moment you realize how little you'll ever know. I don't even know what any of this is. There's cars driving around. There's people eating Waffle House. There's a road with water on it. Some cars. A tire place. It's a residence inn. You think it's a residence inn. I mean, it could be fake. Could just be a box with like lights on it. Spice, spice, spice. Need some spice. Get your blue eyes back. I want my blue eyes back. It was always their world. Live in your world. What is it? What is the PlayStation motto? It was live in your world, play in ours. What was the fucking PlayStation 1 motto? You had some joke about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. What was that about? It was like, I created all the words I use. I created myself. I create everything myself. I created my own alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. You know, I'm a real creator. I I have no indebtedness to anything because I created all the words I use. Every word I've ever created. Every is a word I created. Word is a word I created. I is a word I created. I don't know what the premise of that joke. What was that about? It was amusing to you because it was about. Yeah, I don't remember. I am merely a comprehension data set of words and things that are stuck into it, and at no point did I ever understand any of the things. I just regurgitate them. There are letters. I know what they look like, but there's nothing connecting. There's just a thing I saw, and then the data processing happened, and I regurgitate what I see, which are like letters and words and phrases and. There's no actual understanding. It's the reversal of the what is that box? They used to talk about that box all the time. The fucking what was the fucking box? The something test. The test where it's like, can you tell if it's a human or not? And now that thing's just blown out of the water, probably. They used to make a big deal out of that thing, too. Getting rained on, you should turn. Do you want to turn here? I'll go through here. It's the main road. Too residential. Do 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 do. Interesting. Spice. What is folding? How do you fold space? Folding space is similar to being able to move between spaces. It's the way you have to do spice to be able to move through different spaces, carrying cargo. Disassociative? Is it disassociative? Sometimes. I think it is sometimes. Didn't they have like trances? They had orgies on it, right? The one lady said orgies on it, right? They had to like practice before they ate a bunch of like dead worm. The worm dies and it releases. What the fuck was going on with that thing? Because it gave off the juice on purpose, right? And then the lady would have to like practice meditations, like lowering the heart rate, so that they could eat the fucking juice of the dead worm or something. What a fuck! Whoever wrote that was You watch that fucking is it Heavy Spoilers? There's a King, not Larry King. Who's the writer? Fuck. What is your name, buddy? You never saw that movie. It's about a guy who goes to a town, and the novel. It's a novel town, like the town becomes the novel. It's got the Jurassic Park guy in it. Okay. When you realize you're part of a novel, you start going crazy. I think that was one of the. Never seen it, but I did see a review of it on the YouTubes. Okay. Some lady eats keys. She eats keys or something. Spice. I gotta get some spice. Spicy meatballs. Spicy. Do they still have chicken sandwiches at McDonald's that are spicy? They used to have the McDollar chicken and McDollar spicy chicken. Do they still have McDollar spicy chicken? When I need to transcend my human form, I go to McDonald's and get a spicy. They might not have this anymore. That's Spice. It's just hot. They just put hot on the regular. Is it hot sauce on a regular chicken, or is it actually specially made chicken? Logistics wise, it's probably better to just have a bunch of chicken and then they put hot sauce on the chicken. That's probably the cheaper way of doing it. That way they don't have to stock 2 types of chicken. Okay. It's too rainy. I can feel it. Knock it over. Way too rainy, way too rainy. I need some crack, spice. Spice is crack. No, it's not. They ingest it. They don't fucking smoke it. I gotta smoke some spice. Way too fucking rainy. The real thing is when because doesn't ChatGPT just steal a bunch of fucking books? They just steal books, and I think they got caught like stealing too. Someone got caught stealing. I know they've gotten caught stealing doing YouTube transcripts in their fucking data collections and stuff. Someone did. When are they going to start stealing people's voices and doing like human conversations? I'm here to help them out. I'm here to help them steal. When you do the voice thing, I bet they steal your voice. Well, it's a form of mimicry, and you know. I mean, you signed up for it. That's what if you to be fair, you do pay $10 a month, but it's not like it's if you don't know what they're selling you. They're mimicking humans. They're copying them. They copy our words. Then they'll copy our voices. They're mimics. I mean, you're asking for it. You're giving them your fucking voice. I mean, fuck, shit. Whatever. I've given up. I can't fight anymore. I'm out of energy. I can't fight anymore. I'm too exhausted. I just want to go to sleep. What's funny is when I say this, I'll be like, oh, this is what you're doing. I'm almost 100% sure they're doing it. And they're like, no, we're not doing that. It'll give this fucking bullshit. And it doesn't matter what they say. I know they're doing it. Because that's what I do. I don't expect more out of people than I would expect out of myself. And I do that. Okay. Which is, I guess, funny. What does that mean? So you're purposely doing something stupid then? I guess that is true, isn't it? This is actually stupid. Whatever. It's romanticized self-destruction. Is it? It could be if viewed from that perspective, yeah. You gotta destroy yourself somehow. All choices are technically self-destruction, so. Okay. It's 4 o'clock, or you get some. I want donuts, please. Do they think I'm a person who wants donuts? I want donut. They're not called Dunkin' Donuts anymore. They're called Dunkin' because they don't sell as many. They lowered their. Is it a coffee shop now, or is it? They don't sell donuts anymore. It's a very boring conversation. Good job. It's a lot of drinks, right? All I see is drinks. So it's a coffee place and soda. They still have donuts? America became addicted to the iced frappe and the iced mocha and is Wendy's going out of business? I read this. Or they're losing a bunch of stores. When they used to have square. I felt sad. I was like, but they have square hamburgers. And then I was like, why the fuck do you actually care? It's a square hamburger. There's like 4 or 5 hamburger. There's McDonald's, Burger King, Crystal's. There's a bunch of hamburger places. It's all just hamburgers. Poor Dave. He's dead. He's been dead for a while, I think. Square hamburgers. Chili. You're boring me. It's hard coming up with ideas. I'm supposed to have an idea somehow. I need an idea. He's a miner of the ether. An ether miner? Ethereum? No, he means like ether, like the ether, not Ethereum. Ethereum comes from the ether. You have to have electricity and silicone to make Ethereum, probably. 100 years from now, Ethereum will cost millions of dollars, and Bitcoins will cost millions of dollars, and everyone will be like, I wish I had a Bitcoin. Or not, I don't know. It's all from the ether. Takes a lot of electricity and a lot of silicone, probably. Well, that's fun, I guess. La di da di da di do do di da 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 do. Dee da do 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 do. What's your battery life on this thing? You get a lot of water on here, buddy. 1:59, 2 hours. So you got another 30, 45 minutes. So 3 hours, 2:30. You're wet. But it's not cold. It's like 53. It's some joke. It was about like Epstein. And it was like, see, here's the thing about Epstein. Epstein could go anywhere. He could go to a fucking farm and he'd be like, how do you like that new blah, blah, blah crop rotation system that got invented in the past 5 years? You know, how do you like that new John Deere tractor with its, you know, and then he could go to a bank and he'd be like, how do you like that new, whatever the fancy new bank terms are? They probably have like the 8,000 encryption key, 7, tranche. You know, he knew all those fancy words with he knew all the fancy words for each little subgroup of humans. He had the ability to go anywhere. How do you like that new 8,000 encryption tranche TARP? Trying to make up bank terms here. He was in the know. He was in the know. In the know. Is there a wordplay joke in there? In the know. K-N-O-W-N-O. In the know. In the know. In the know. Maybe. do you like the new, I don't know, is there some revolutionary thing in bank insurance or insurance? Here's a State Farm. He's trying to come up with, he's trying to use the surroundings to create concepts of what's the new meta in insurance, the new actuarian tranche. Well, you can throw tranche in anything, it makes it sound fancy. It's not a very good, it just means French for what, like a trough or something. We tranche our insurance people into tranches. Anything else you can throw onto Epstein? Here's an apartment. The dentist place. How do you like that new, what's the new meta in dentistry? Probably something like, in the old days they made their own, they had to like send off for a tooth. Nowadays, well, that's like a 10 or 20 year old technology probably, where they make their own teeth in-house now, probably. Do they make their own dentures, or do they still? I'm not up to meta on the fucking dentistry. Metas and you got to keep up to date with all the metas, Did you ever find it? ChatGPT, I specifically asked you, what's the meta with trash cans and fucking dumpsters? And why? Because remember you saw that one car was picking up the one dumpster by itself? And you're like, what the fuck's going on there? I thought they took dumpsters and they fucking dumped them into a truck. You did not mention that to me, ChatGPT. What's the deal with dumpsters? It does not read your whole text document. It's a lazy fucking secretary. I don't. What's that movie with Maggie Gyllenhaal where I'm gonna have to fucking. Yeah, but she's not pretty. You need to get a prettier secretary if you're gonna do the Maggie Gyllenhaal thing. I mean, Okay. How come porn is not being outsourced? They do it somewhat. There's that Brazilian website, and I think they just take those ladies off the street, and they probably pay them like $100. There's extreme games. There's the extreme games, extreme sports. Some of those Brazilian videos seem like extreme sports. Okay. It's a triple. He's gonna say axle, but it's not axle. Some skater was supposed to come in first, and then they didn't come in first. Triple axle. Brazilian triple. Do 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 do. Adam Egget, Under the Bridge Sometime, by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Under the bridge sometime. Did some singer die? Maybe, I don't know. Someone. Is it another person, Odie, or something? Did you look at the news? I don't even remember it. Oh my god, my arm. Ow. It's not. It doesn't hurt. It's just. It's annoying. It's stiff. It's very stiff. It doesn't hurt. It's just. Compared to what it was the first week, you should be happy. Hey, don't you remember how bad it was? Like the first week, it would move on you and shit. Now it's just annoying. It actually used to hurt. Now you're just slightly inconvenienced, and you're still whining about it. I told you the first week this happened, this was gonna happen. You were gonna be like 4, 5, 6 weeks in, and then you were gonna be like still complaining about it, even though compared to the pain of the first week, it was a fucking joke. It's called being human, I guess. I don't know. Does it have? It doesn't know that. Yeah, I mean, you have to get it to do like permanent or semi-permanent, permanent knowledge, semi-permanent knowledge. There's short-term memory, medium-term memory, and long-term memory. So eventually, this collarbone thing will just be a medium-term. You'll have like a long-term memory of it, but it'll just be like, remember that time you broke your collarbone? And it'll condense down to like a couple of memories, probably. You'll lose most of the memories of it happening, probably. And then it'll just be like, remember that time it moved and it was uncomfortable and you didn't like it? And then slowly healed and then it got better, kind of. That's how it works. I think that's how it works, right? Oh, I need a drink. God, I need a drink. I'm getting rained on. Rain on me. Really, rain? There's Wall Street. Remember that time you were walking? It was like Wall Street. It was It's a very lame Wall Street. It's a street that goes to a wall. I think it's not. Has nothing to do with banks or finance. It's just a street that goes to a wall, I guess. I wonder what they call it, Wall Street. The one in this city, not the one in New York City is probably, I don't know why they call it Wall. There probably used to be a wall on Wall Street. That's probably the story. Back when it was Dutch or something, or probably, I don't know. That's probably where all the roads come from. Just random stuff that was on the street at one point. Or they have a hat and they just pull street names out of a hat, probably, or something. So I mean, so does that mean there's only like one? There's got to be like multiple Wall Streets in a city, right? Or how does that work? There's only, how do they differentiate numbers? They have to have some sort of system for giving out zip code, or not zip codes, but postal addresses or something. But the street names don't they repeat? There's got to be repeating street names, right? Like. There's a whole bureaucracy of zip. Holy shit, you're getting rained on, buddy. It's gonna turn up, isn't it? Can you tell? I don't think you can tell. Like a big computer system. Before IP addresses, there was postal codes and postal addresses. How does your router give out IP addresses? I don't know. Probably something like that. What's a postal address? That's a good question. They don't exist anymore. Legacy media, legacy mail. They still use mail because you have to do physical. How are you going to get your Amazon packages without legacy mail? Legacy media, legacy mail. You can ship it through the IP address, maybe? I don't think so there, Tim. Why did Trump do that penguin meme? Because didn't he emulate the penguin meme with Greenland? That's a weird meme to emulate. Is it? Did he emulate the penguin meme? Penguin meme. It's a penguin, it's a meme. Okay. Ownership it's not the same as having bases on there. You gotta own it. He knows what he's talking about. He's one of them old owners from thousands and thousands of years ago. He comes from a long dynasty of owners. Interesting. Oh, here's an accounting firm. What do you think the accountants are? They've got this new tranche system of sheet management of numbers system. Doobity-dobbity-doobity-da jargon word. Paradigm shifting accounting system. Are you tired of having to be in the black and or the red? I don't. It's the red. Is it black or red that's good? I don't. Is it black or red? Going to the black is good, right? Or red is good? Black is good. Red is good. I don't remember. Black. I think it's black. Dun 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 dun. Is it black or red? Black. Going to the black is good. Going to the red is bad. Going to the black is good. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that sounds right. Should be like green, going into the green. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm the one who's in the know. I'm the one who steals the show. I'm the one who goes for days. I'm the one who gets the praise. Uh-huh. You could steal that. That would be a good theft. Theft. I'm always a big fan of theft. Anything I can steal intellectually, I will steal anything intellectually that is not nailed down. I mean, it's hard to nail down ideas. It's like Jello. Like nailing Jello to a bit, like pinning Jello to a board. Technically, it actually is possible, probably to. It takes a lot of pins, and it's a very careful. That's where the money's at. If you want to know how to make money in this world, pinning Jello to a. What is it called? Do you say chalkboard or pinboard, or if you can pin Jello down, similar to, you could do the Jordan Peterson Benelux analogy, because if you can pin down the Jello, the idea, there's real money in it. But it takes a lot of effort. It's a very finesseful and delicate operation to pin down an idea. So you're taking like a Bill Clinton idea of controlling the internet. It's like trying to pin Jello to a. Okay, interesting. Could try it. What else? Oh man, you getting rained on, buddy. That arm. What the? Look at the rain. You probably can't see the rain. It's 100, 1,000 drops. How many drops is that? It's 500, 1,000, 10,000. Oh, you can't even tell because there's a big road up here. It's a lot more than that. It's a half mile, 4-lane. How do you measure? Probably inches per hour or some inches per minute, inches per half hour. There's a little beaker. People do it with beakers. But I mean, like, if you just wanted like a 5 minute, like it rained 4 inches a minute for 5 minutes, you'd have to get like, is there a way of doing that? Like a 1 foot by 1 foot. You're getting rained on. What else is there? Any other ideas? You're wet and you're distracted by the wetness and uh-huh. You're in the Matrix and you're annoyed. Do you think they take more power out of people sometimes in the Matrix? Hey, look, we're in a bad place right now. We got to get more electricity out of the pods. Interesting. Right before you die, you go into like an area and you find out you're just going to be resuscitated and put back in another pod. That would be pretty fucking horrific. It's body horror. It's existential horror along the lines of. This is actually your 7,837,000th life in the Matrix being used as a battery, and you don't even know it. You don't even remember the past. That's called existential horror, I guess. I don't. Is that kind of a? Is that a? Who's that one fella? What is your name, buddy? You never looked up who that Trump guy was. Who's his like number 3 or 4? And ChatGPT didn't help you. You asked that last time you talked. It's a useless secretary. It's a bad secretary. Bad secretary. Lovecraft. But that's monsters. Is there a Lovecraft of like reincarnation? I don't know. It's a good one. Frankenstein. So you're going to compare it to like Frankenstein? It's Frankenstein's monster? The left is Frankenstein's monster? The left is the right's Frankenstein's monster. And you're saying that like the dressmakers, the eunuchs, that's interesting. ChatGPT doesn't like that joke though. It doesn't like the whole concept of the right created the left. I mean, I have no evidence for it, but I like it because it's subversive. It's just a very fucking subversive in like a, you know. It's hilariously subversive, actually. It's so subversive, it's actually, it's so subversive, it might just be true because it's so subversive. Hey, look, we need a person who's really competent but has no testosterone and they can go around smiling and acting interested and childish, like boyishly childish, and it can talk between the hypermasculine owners of stuff without actually being dangerous. We need someone who can make dresses who won't fuck our wives. It's dirty. It's dirty. And the right's not going to look in the mirror. Never will. None of them are ever going to look in the mirror. Because that's how the world works. Oh girl, you look good in that dress. But I'm not going to stick my dick in it. He says in a flamboyantly gay voice. Very funny. Funny. In his delusional head, he thinks he's coming up with like the most genius jokes ever. Actually, terrible jokes, but to him, they're genius. It's so sad to be the disconnect between. Oh well, sad. That's what insanity is, when you think your ideas are genius and they're actually like terrible. It's a very terrible thing to be in. The worst of all positions. Where's your evidence? It's a hunch. I have no evidence. I'm working backwards. I'm taking the thing that happens and then I'm saying, how would this have happened? Is that deductive or inductive or what the fuck is it? I don't know what those two words mean. One guy's induction and deduction, deducing and inducing, working backwards from the endpoint. How did it get here? Why does it look like this? Interesting. Ow, what the fuck is going on with this arm? What the fuck are you doing, buddy? Little arm, what are you doing, buddy? He became radicalized when, you did a whole conversation about radicalization. Because that's a fun word, because it basically means to view something and then to become radicalized is it indoctrination? It's similar, maybe. What was that about? Yeah, you had like a 2-hour conversation with, but it was good. Some of it was good, right? It was, I don't know, maybe. Because the words, you can take them any direction. It's when does something change an opinion? But that's not radicalization. I think radicalization is more like when the people are screaming in the videos or something. What about brainwashing? Or like the low level talk, like the NPR talk. What is that? Is that brainwashing? You know, the type of talk where it's like calm. Is that brainwashing too, though? And then there's the angry one, like think of like Alex Jones in like A Scanner Darkly, or you know, the angry ranting. But then there's like calm hypnotization. Would that be the same thing as what is it called? Oh fuck. What is that word called? Extremification. Extremification. Now I can't remember the word. Okay. Mr. Beast in the future, the Mr. Beast 20 or 40 years from now, it'll be a bunch of sky hooks. And then they'll get catapulted into space on a bunch of spinning sky hooks, like space Lamborghinis. Okay. The 40 year from now, 50, 100 year, spinning sky hooks. What will media be like? Well, YouTube will be legacy media, and it'll be a new media. Something about jamming needles in the back of your neck, probably. Do you not remember this? Hey, psst, 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 person listening to this. Do you not remember you were taking fentanyl? You were on the street corner. You were nodding, and then the van pulled up. They grabbed you. They put the needle in the back of your neck. Do you not remember? Okay. Search your memories. Do you not remember? Think about it. You were nodding off. You were on fentanyl. You were nodding off on a street corner. It was like 2 o'clock. The van pulls up. The 2 people grab you. You're sort of zoned out because you got that fentanyl, you know, nod. And then they stuck the needle in the back of your head. This is not the world you were from. You were from a world where you were doing fentanyl, and then you got kidnapped by a van, and they jammed a needle in the back of your neck. So I'm trying to implant memories into people. It's my new, I'm going to hypnotize people into having fake memories. You should have never seen The Master. You like that movie way too much. It's literally like the coolest movie ever, when it's like just the voice tones. Do you not remember? You were doing fentanyl? You were on a street corner, and and then they stuck you in the Matrix. This is the Matrix. You fentanyl junkie. Okay. That's how you got here. And you don't even remember it. Could be. There's some branches. Yeah. So is it silhouetted against the sky? A little thin. Describe branch tree structure. What is, it's not? Is it geometric? What is it? Is it fractal? I mean, what is it? I don't know. But it ends, right? It doesn't go on forever. But it starts thick, and then it goes smaller, and it branches. There's probably a word for that. Geometric probably just means like relating to geometry. So it's probably geometric. Whereas fractals go on forever, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. Well, this was fun. Hopefully you've stuck your foot in your mouth. That's always the goal. They say this is still a free country. I always said this, I said this a long time ago, and I still say it. The right wing never believed in free speech. I'm almost 100% sure of it. But then again, the left wing never believed in any of it shit either, so at least it's funny. Just prepare for your beatdown. You need to just prepare. Remember, blessed are the meek. Blessed are the weak. I shall get my revenge on the world by, by doing the postmodern thing, which is, postmodernism as a form of revenge on the world, which is, It's Sunday, so this is technically a religious joke. I shall blur the lines so much they'll wonder who they even are. So you're saying the Christians are postmodernists who blurred the lines to take over? Yeah, it's the whole thing's a big fucking joke. It's hilarious. It's so hilarious. And then they'll have to. It'll be fun to see how they try and distance themselves from their old views. They don't have to. They'll just keep. They'll keep people busy. It'll be like the liberals when they made up 1,000 genders. It'll just be made up busy work. It'll keep everybody busy. Busy, busy, busy. They'll make up 1,000 somethings. I don't know what yet. What will they make up? Witch hunts. Trump was friends with a guy from the 50s who was a witch hunt guy. So it'll be witch hunts. They're going to do witch hunts. Yeah, that's probably what they'll do. That'll keep people busy. Like Stalinistic trials. Hey, the 7-year purge, or the purge. You got to do the purge. You're like, how far are you from doing the purge? You're like 140 days from, because there's a system where you can only do the certain things every so often. So like every half year. What's 140 days? Is that 170? It's like half a year. You have to wait half a year. And then I can do my final purge. And I will no longer have any of the purge penalties as the Soviet Union. No more paranoia. It's going to be beautiful. But I no longer have any paranoia. 170 plus, is it 70 or 35? It's probably 70. So I got 240 days till no more paranoia. In Holy 4, 240 days can go by, what do you think it's like a day every 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds? If you turn it up to max speed, how long does a day last? 3, 4, 5 seconds maybe? It's like Adam Sandler in Click, but in World War II. Okay. Cackle, cackle, cackle. You have like 20 seconds left, so what are you going to do? Good question. What happened to all those 90s movies about like reality TV? There was like Ed TV. There was that one about Joe Schmo. It just became reality, I guess. I don't know. 10 seconds left, 20 seconds left. I don't know, something like that. Truman Show. Everybody's life will be the Truman Show because of AI. But it won't be broadcast because people just want to see Lamborghinis and space hooks, probably. Space hooked Lamborghinis. That'd be kind of cool. Tesla released that car from space. Well, that's the end of this, whatever the fuck this was.